Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and before we get started with our watercolor for today, because it's Watercolor Wednesday, I won this wonderful journal from my friend Dee Dee Farago here on YouTube. She did a YouTube giveaway, and she let each person who won choose what type of journal they wanted her to make. And so I chose mushrooms. I'm like, use whatever mushrooms. She's on my design team. She's been my friend kind of really since the start of my YouTube adventure. And so it was just fun to see her make it and get it. And then she also sent me some beautiful coffee dyed papers. So pop over to Dee Dee Farago's Etsy shop if you're interested in these type of things. And she also sent me a whole bunch of needle felting felt. So thank you so much, Dee Dee. I just, you are too kind, my dear sweet friend. So anyways, I won the journal, so I thought I would share it with you guys. And I don't usually try to win things on YouTube, you know, necessarily, because I have in the past, and so I like to just, you know, let everybody get a chance kind of thing. So I generally don't, but I just happened to comment on the video that she did, I don't know what you call it, the giveaway for. And anyways, I won. And so she made me this beautiful journal. And she had this mushroom fabric, and she used Tim Holtz Distress Oxides and things on it. So it's just lovely. And this is one of my mushrooms from the Entirely Bonkers digital download. And then there's the Entirely Bonkers add-on that also has mushrooms. But I'm pretty sure that's from the first Entirely Bonkers. So very cute. And then she's like stamped on the pages and everything with mushrooms. So I just was like, whatever, just do mushrooms, however you want to do it. And she just went for it. And it's so fun to see all the mushrooms that she did in here. And this is all stamped. She didn't buy the fabric like that. She stamped it. And it's got lots of coffee dyed. She always does her journals with loads of writing space, which is super nice. And oh, this is from my mushroom stencil. That one is. So that is super fun. And then this one is from my number stencil. Those turn out great, Dee Dee. I haven't actually seen, I mean, I saw on your channel some of the things you did with the stencils, but it's really cool to see them in real life. So thank you, my friend. You are the sweetest. She's the best. So definitely hop over to her channel and check her out as well. And like I said, I'll leave links. This is from my Santa and Friends digital download. So there's Santa with wings. He's like he's a little fairy or something. It's cute. She has a very quirky sense of humor too. So she likes to do things like that, and they are adorable. And then lots of coffee dyed pages. And I'm trying not to take too long, but I just wanted you guys to see. Oh, I had a little, see some of the fun things that she did. And here's a little envelope, and there's paper in here as well. I'm not going to do everything right now, but I just wanted to show you guys because Dee Dee is wonderful, and I highly recommend checking her out. So cute. Those are those art dolls, those crazy art dolls that I have where you can just use the head on a different body or whatever, but she's used them like little fairy type things, and they're just so cute, Dee Dee. Oh, so fabulous. And I'll really look at this later too, again, but lots of coffee dye. And these with the mushrooms and butterflies. How does this one? I don't even know. She does all kinds of very inventive things. I can smell the coffee on that. So that's a whole sheet of paper. That's so fun. And then it all folds up and you tuck the flap in there. Fantastic. I don't think I clipped that right, but I'm going to come back to all this. So I just wanted you guys to go along with me. Little doily folded and turned into a tuck. My son's here, so if you hear him, he's on his computer chatting with friends. It's so different now. It just is so different the way kids socialize. So fantastic, Dee Dee. I love the mushrooms everywhere. Peeking, the little fairy head peeking out there. These are so funny. So cute. And the cluster there. And then there's a whole piece of paper in there to write on. Super fun, Dee Dee. I love it, I love it, I love it. And thank you so much for the needle felting felt, because that is super fun. So great, that's Santa, that's hilarious. It's so fantastic, Dee Dee. She is very talented. Oh, she tucked in some extra fabric with the mushrooms. Thank you, my friend. So cute. And I'm kind of going fast, I know. And then that folds out too. Sorry, I didn't. But that's another one, like the last one I showed you. Those are very inventive. I have not, I mean, I saw you do this stuff, but like, it's just always cool to see it for real. I love making these sort of serious guys, you know, the Tim Holtz paper dolls that are kind of serious into like winged fairies and stuff. It's funny. Mushrooms. So cute. I love that little boy. Fantastic. Oh, look at this. Those are just so cute. You had so much fun, I can tell. So great. I love it. And this. Oh my gosh, she put all those extra like clusters in there. Look at all of them. Oh my goodness, girl. So cool. Love that envelope. And lots of pages. That is really cool looking. Love those wings. So colorful. Oh, for some reason it looked like it opened. It's very cool. I like the elf over there. Elf with wings. Super fun. Thank you, Dee Dee. You are just the sweetest. Love it. Super cool. Okay. I'm not going to flip through every page that, you know, of the coffee dye. For some reason, I thought that one opened too. It's got to be the edges. I keep thinking there. That's very cool. This one unfolds too. So definitely check Dee Dee out for how to do some of those things. Little mushroom tag. So cute. Love it, love it, love it. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. So cool. I just love to see and feel all the different papers and stuff. Oh wow, look at that. That, what do they call it? Like gilding or whatever. The little pieces of paper. I can't think of what it's called. And it says handmade by Dee Dee Farago. 5/23. So great, Dee Dee. Thank you, my friend. It is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I will put it up on my shelf to be cherished. She said if I wanted to give it away, it's like, no, I'm going to keep that one. And then, like I said, beautiful coffee dyed paper. Thank you so much for these, Dee Dee. They will be wonderful to use. And the felt, I need to make some more felted mushrooms and gnomes and all that fun stuff. So that will be very fun. They're great for Christmas gifts. So, all right. So what we're going to do today is paint mushrooms. So I have a little sketch. And all you have to do, they're really not that hard, because the really cool thing about mushrooms is you can do them basically any kind of shape you want. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to fret about how am I going to do this or anything like that, because they're a million different shapes. They're all different colors. They're I don't know, fat, skinny ones, whatever. And their tops can look really weird. Even, you know, if you think, oh, well, that doesn't look like this specific mushroom that I'm trying to draw, it's going to look like a mushroom most likely. So all I did was, and I'm going to try to, let me come in just a little bit more, because this piece of paper is tiny. But all I did was do the cap, and I'm going to do this one a little bit more turned, kind of like that one over there. But I just went like this. I didn't do it that much on that one over there, but see, they're all going to come out a little bit different. And then I kind of take this edge, roughly, you know, however, and then I take another edge from down here and maybe leave a little gap for a stem, you know. If you go all the way across, though, it's no big deal. You can just erase it if you use pencil. And then I kind of do this whole thing. But you can do them however you like. I'm going to make it a little skinnier. And then you can have it like come out at the bottom too if you want. So I can connect this line a little bit more. You can do the funny little skirts on them if you want. It's going to depend obviously on the type of mushroom. So then you would need to get rid of those little bits there. You know, the funny little skirts they kind of have, because how a mushroom is when it starts is it's more like this kind of a shape, and it's more attached to its bottom part. And then as the sides lift out that way and that way, it kind of pops off the little bottom piece that's down here, and then it turns into one of those little just hangy bits there, because this, just think of this being attached to those corners, but it was all the way, you know, the mushroom started down not as wide. So when it widened out, as they age, they widen out. And that's why even some end up looking almost like concave and then have the stem. I mean, there are types of mushrooms that start that way, like what are they called, chanterelles or whatever. I don't even know all the things about mushrooms like that. But anyhow, that is why they get those little skirts on them. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So that's all I did. I just drew 4. I might do another, like one more, maybe little guy over here. I put my lead back in. More like that same. Something like that. Okay, and I'm going to kind of lightly erase. I'm not going to entirely erase because I still want to see it, but I don't want it to really show through my watercolor. And I will erase again completely when I'm done with the paint. But for now, we're just doing this. And this is just one of those white erasers that you can usually buy, where you buy pink erasers, whatever. These white ones are just a little bit better for artwork. But, I mean, you can get the pink ones. It doesn't matter. You can just use an eraser. Don't go buy stuff. All right, and then I'm using my 36 Arteza watercolors set still. And I did clean this up a little bit so I could use it, but the middle's a mess. It's like they make them out of metal, which I get because it's good for moving them around. You don't have to worry about them breaking or anything like that, but then they rest on the inside. So it's kind of weird, but maybe I use too much water. Maybe that's what the problem is. That's possible, because I spray the whole thing. I guess if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have that problem so bad. All right, so now I have to decide what I want to do here. I think I'm just going to go for the mushrooms, and I'm going to worry about background later, even though I kind of usually do it the other way around. I'm going to switch my waters. I want my dirty water in front, because otherwise I will grab. I have 2 waters. I do one dirty, one clean. But you can do it. Some people do it by warm and cool colors and things like that. I don't know. I just do clean and dirty. That just makes it easier for me. So I'm adding just a little bit of kind of brown. I put just a tiny bit of kind of a plum color in there, just because I like the color it turns out to be. But it kind of is more of a mushroomy color, I think. But of course, you do the color that you like for your mushrooms. And I don't know what kind of mushrooms these are. I'm just going to paint them the way I want to. I'm not that worried about the technicalities of, is that the color of this mushroom? I don't know. I'm not worried about it. So how y'all doing today? I hope you're all fantastic. I'm doing good. My son and I just went grocery shopping. Real fun, right? But it's got to be done. And I take him because, as I have said numerous times, and you're probably tired of hearing about it, but he is gluten-free. So sometimes it's easier when he goes and can pick some things out that he knows he likes, because there's stuff, and I can find the gluten-free stuff, but it's just what's good, tastes good, or what doesn't is another story. So I like it when he comes along and can pick out things I know he'll eat, because it really stinks when I get home with a bunch of stuff and he's like, oh, those are gross, or whatever, which he doesn't do a lot. He's pretty good about all of it. He's just happy to have something that's gluten-free. So, but it's fun when you get to pick something that's good. I'm going to leave those white spots just because I like them, but you can fill yours in 100%. And I'm just kind of, I know, blobbing color around. I'm not really like, but once again, I am not a professional watercolorist by any stretch. So if I'm not doing it right, I'm just doing it because I like it. Because it's fun and I want to learn. Best way to learn is do it. And pick up tricks and things like that. I'm going to take a little bit darker color. I think I'll use a different brush. I'm going to put a little bit of that other brown in there just so that it's sort of within the same tone, or whatever the technical term would be. So I have seen, because some people are posting on Instagram that are playing along and making, doing some paintings as well. Oh my gosh, you guys, so fun. So fun to see what you're doing. And like last week, my friend Nan, who has also been with me from the beginning, her flowers turned out better than mine. They were so awesome. I was like, wow, she did such an awesome job on that. It was just really fun to see other people's renditions. So the cool part about mushrooms is you don't have to be highly technical. I mean, you can if you're wanting them to look exactly like, you might see in a nature book or whatever. You obviously can get super duper technical about it. But the fun thing about them, I feel like, is that you don't have to get super duper technical about it. I just think they're fun. I got a little bit dark. So anyway. But just have fun. That's all it is. We're just having fun. Playing, and I'm learning new stuff, and maybe you guys are learning new stuff, unless you've been doing watercolor for a long time, and then you're probably cringing. That's okay too. I do not claim to be a pro at this, but it sure is fun. I'm having a blast doing it, that's for sure. I really like it a lot. So obviously the underneath is probably going to be a little bit darker on these because it's the underneath, right? It's the bottom part. So take a little bit of that away. It's kind of just looking like a hot mess right now, but hopefully we can salvage it. Yeah, Theron has friends that he plays games with, you know, like that he went to school with and whatever. But it's just weird now because they all get on the internet and play games instead of like hanging out together or something. It's funny. It's just very different from when I was his age. We just all would get together, you know. We may not finish this entire thing. I don't know. But I can tell this is going to take me a minute to paint. But I will definitely show at the end the whole thing, just so you can see it. I think I'm going to stop this part. Stop messing with that. Let it dry and then come back to it because I don't want to mess it up. So we'll move on to the foot of the mushroom. And I think I'll start at the bottom just so that I've got so I don't touch that wet part as much right now. I was going to tell you guys, it got so stinking cold here. I got up this morning, it was 43 degrees. And I know, like, there's some places, you know, up north further and stuff, that's not abnormal. But let me just say, for us this time of year, that is very abnormal. And, yeah, so I was a little bit shocked this morning when I got up. But it has just been rainy, 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 raining. It rained quite a bit yesterday again, which I'm glad. I like rain, but it's so weird. It's just the strangest thing. And you can put whatever color marks, because, you know, mushrooms get these, like, a lot of times they have, you know, the dirt on the bottom, and then they get weird spots on them and all kinds of stuff. They have interesting coloration and all that. But yeah, I couldn't believe how chilly it was. The sun's shining now, so I'm very happy about that. So maybe we'll get a little bit of warmth coming our way. I guess it's supposed to be warm up next week, so that'll be nice. I've taken some of the paint off my brush. That's why I've been using a paper towel over here just to lighten it up over here a little bit. Kind of messed it up there, but that's okay because nothing's perfect. It doesn't have to be. And you can just do like a wash of colors and then sketch in mushrooms too. They're just fun. I know we've been doing flowers, but I just felt like doing mushrooms. Sorry, I know I get very quiet. It's just that whole concentration thing. So I guess these are going to be pretty quiet videos probably a lot of the time. I may try to play some music for you guys in the background or something. because it is that concentration situation for me. That is difficult. That's kind of the edge of that one. That one's kind of a like straightforward facing mushroom. Okay, that one's okay, I think. Got a little much water there. Okay. I have to make some more of this color. And if there's a bit of difference between them, I'm okay with that too, because they're not all exactly the same color either. Probably closer than what I got, but that's okay. I'm a noob. I'm just not touching them together yet, just because, you know, I want to give them a little dry time. Probably should have done this one first because it's behind, huh? Oh well. Live and learn. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone because I know I'm just going to mess it up more. All right, let's do those little guys. Too much water. These are all things I have to learn. But I like that a lot of you are joining me. I think that's super fun. Bless you. Probably didn't even hear me. Habit. Put a little more purple maybe. Not that much. I do like the purple in there. Just for the fun of it. because I like purple. Wow, I really hushed up, didn't I? Yeah, I'll definitely try to add some music to the video. Takes all my brain power. I'm going to take the little brush and see if I can do a little bit of work on those little guys. Don't know. Kind of got too much water on them, I think. And got them a little kooky looking. We'll get them straightened around. Sorry if you hear my stomach. It's got much to say, like usual. Okay, so I think I'm going to get this dry. I think. Maybe I just want to add a little bit more. Just some marks. Because like I said, they definitely do have marks on them. And I will work on the foot of that one where it got all silly looking. But nothing's perfect, so. Okay, so I will get this dry and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and it's dry, and we're gonna attempt to do some like greenery or, you know, something down there. Scooch it up a little. I need a little bit more of the straight color here. Too much water. I'm going off and then on to, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's how I'm doing it. And I'm sorry, I don't know the colors. I know I've said it before, but if you're new and you're like, why didn't you tell us what colors you're using? This set of Arteza watercolors was given to me, and it was a while ago, and I don't know what I did with the little paper that came with it that, you know, tells you the colors. So all I can say is that it's Arteza, the 36 colors. So apologize for that. Not the greatest there with that whole thing. But so then the other thing I wanted to do, and I don't know if this is going to work either, but we're going to find out. I want to do the thing where I blow the color just to see if it will. Move it around a little bit in the background, but I maybe don't have to like cover every bit of the background, because that's always interesting when you've already got something there and you don't really want to try to go around each individual bit. My tape isn't sticking very well. I know a lot of people use washi. I just don't have very much washi, so that's why I don't want to use my washi to do this. I'm using I think it's Gorilla Glue. How did I get blue up there? Did anybody see how I did that? Honestly, where did the blue come from? Yeesh. Must have been on the blower or something. Probably, because I'm always blowing that turquoise blue color around. So this is just a ink blower, I think is what they refer to them as in the art world, because you can blow like alcohol inks and stuff like that. I know Tim Holtz has his own version. Mine's just a generic one that I've had for a while. I think I did get it on Amazon, but it's not anything fancy, like $7 or something. I'm really liking this. I think it's fun. I hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you're not like, oh my gosh, can she please go back to journals? Because sometimes you just can't, right? You got to do what your brain is calling you to do at the moment. That's kind of where I'm at. So I hope you guys can... I think a lot of you have been enjoying it, or have seemed to be enjoying it, so I hope so. And I know this is very long when I do this, so you can definitely feel free to fast forward. I completely understand, because it's kind of tedious. But I think the effect is really cool. And of course, if you're doing this along with me, you do yours the way you want to. The only, like today I'm doing mushrooms. You can do whatever you want. For example, and I keep meaning to say this, Darcy, and I'm so sorry because you're so awesome. She's been doing Watercolor Wednesday, but she's just totally like doing backgrounds and like whatever floats her boat, but she's just playing with watercolor. So she calls it Watercolor Wednesday too. And that's so awesome. Like, that's really what it's about. Just, you do your thing. I'm just doing my thing. You don't have to do mushrooms. If you want to do mushrooms, do mushrooms. But if you want to do something entirely different, do something entirely different. I just think it's fun that we're all, playing with the watercolors. That's all. So, you know me. I'm not about, like, big rules and stuff. I just want people to enjoy themselves and be happy and have a smile on their face, because we have enough going on in this world. So if we can have a little therapy with art, then so be it. That makes me happy. So yeah, don't feel obligated just because I did mushrooms that you have to do mushrooms. You can do whatever. If you want to just play with, backgrounds with this kind of thing or whatever, do it. You want to do some kind of flower, do it. I'm sure I'm making people cringe with the... It's just fun. It's so fun to do this. I hope you guys try it if you have one of these things. I mean, like I said, I don't want people out buying stuff that they don't need or want or whatever. But if you have one. A lot of people have said they look like those baby nose suckers, and they do. The only real difference that I can see is that these ones have the hole, like the vent hole there. The other ones kind of get sucked inside out, you know, if you know what I mean. They're harder to like control. But it's sort of the same thing. Probably be good to blow it up this way. Oh, except I don't really want a ton on the mushroom. Well, we can fix it. But, so it looks like stuff growing, right? Dirt. And you can do yours really awesome. And if you cover the vent thingy, it makes it harder to use. Just FYI. So don't be derpy like me. This is like not intentionally, but coming along to the colors of this week's color combo. It's plum and tan. It wasn't intentional, but that's kind of what I got going on here, huh? Cool thing is you can kind of just blow that right off of those mushrooms for the most part, if you know, so that you don't like cover them up entirely, except the little one I did kind of, because the purple's darker, but kind of cool. So it gives me some background without well, I don't know, it's still a lot of work, I guess, but just a different style. And it may not be your style, but you do it how you want to do it. I just have a thing for this thing right now. That's the truth of it. Okay, and this is just a dollar store clipboard that I got. I'm going to get this dry again, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I added just a little bit more greenery. Nothing else. But anyhow, don't like it. But anyway, I'm going to do some of the scribbly things like we did on the flower, because I think that that'll be fun on these as well. And they're not quite what I wanted anyway. But anyways, I'm just going to do that same sort of scribbly dibbly thing that we did on that, and just try to give these a little bit more definition, since I kind of blew it with the watercoloring. I'm going to do some dots and marks and things on them. Just like, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that's what I have on that one. And then we're just going to keep on trucking along, just like we did with the flowers. If you watched last week, the little just scribblies, because as I've mentioned to you guys, my hands do not perform the way they once did. So, plus I like this look, so it works out great, because my hand kind of goes where it wants, and that works. And I can make little scribblies where I messed up right there. It is definitely a work in progress, people. But I think that's the fun part, you know, because there's so many people. Like if I do something like this, which is not what I normally do, it gives other people a view into, oh, she doesn't know how to do it perfectly either. So like maybe I should try. You know what I'm saying? I hope that's the way anyways. I'm kind of doing some lines that might look like the gills underneath of the mushroom. But anyway, that's kind of my hope by doing this, because I am not a watercolor artist. that maybe we can all see that maybe with some practice, brain training, we could do something that we normally wouldn't thought or have thought that we could do. We train our brains, we can really do lots of things. And it is time, and some things may take you longer to train your brain to do than others. Like some things you just might be naturally good at. But, you know, other things we got to work at, so. But I just think this is super fun for me because I've wanted to watercolor for the longest time, and I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. I didn't think I could do it. I was intimidated by it. So I think it's good if we work on it together, and you can see that I am no pro at this, and you don't have to be. And you can still do it for fun. I mean, I'm happy with the things I've done for not, you know, knowing a whole ton about it. I mean, I watch other people do it, but I gotta turn that. I kind of like some of these marks that are in this one. Okay. Let me see. There's kind of like a little ridge right there we could take advantage of. And if you have a steadier hand, you can probably have a lot more control over your little doodly marks. But I guess that's one advantage of a shaky hand. You can do some really wacky doodles without even trying. This doesn't want to do that quick marking. I'm doing some of the grasses kind of with this as well. I wonder if one of the other ones would work. That's one thing about these microns, and I love them, but they do not love... Oh, I wonder if this brush one would work. They do not love watercolor paper. That was brutal. So I'm just drawing some... I have one of these brush pigment liners. I don't know. It's another just cheapy. My microns are my nice ones that my sister gave me. So I guess technically you would have to say that this is mixed media or something, not necessarily just watercolor. I don't want to touch this down a whole bunch because it's a brush, right? So it's going to give a thicker line. I want thin lines. So that's why I'm being very kind of funky about it. Okay, I think that's good. Just want a little something down there. We'll continue on with our mushrooms since I didn't finish. Okay, that's what we got so far. And then I am going to do some stamping. My goodness, somebody's like peeling out there. I don't know what's going on. Sounds crazy. So definitely not your normal watercolor, I guess you would say. Because I can't ever leave it alone. You know, I can't be like, oh, there's my watercolor. Nope. Can't do it. I want... Where is... Oh, this one will work. I knew I had some kind of long-ish number. Long-ish, skinny-ish number. But you guys do these the way you like them. You don't have to put all this extra stuff on there if you don't want to. I just think it's fun. It reminds me of those stamps that I got on Amazon that have the, I got this white pen. I'm telling you, the white on top of anything is difficult. And I know Posca pens, but I don't have any of those. So that's the next thing to work on, maybe. Someday if I get rich, right? Well, not rich, but you know what I mean. Can pay my bills. How's that? I'm feeling a bit better about that, by the way. Thank y'all. Life is just wow sometimes. I'm gonna not lie about that. And y'all know, because y'all been there, I'm sure. Just seems a little extra wow lately. I don't know, you really can't see those, so I don't know that that really does anything, but showed up good on that dark colored little mushroom down here. Sorry, I was stamping and here I went off onto another new tangent of dots. All right, let's see, what else do we want on there? Kind of want maybe a little scripty script. Maybe the other one. Do you see why I can't be left alone with my own art supplies? So yeah, Darcy, sorry, I'm back on it again. Definitely go check out what she's doing, because she's doing something entirely different than what I'm doing. But it's awesome because it's just fun. It's like she's just having fun doing her thing, making cool backgrounds and stuff. And that is what I'm talking about. Just have fun. And like this clearly may not be used in a journal. It could, however. In fact, that's what I might do. I'm going to be working on an altered book, I swear. I just didn't have time this week to get as many videos done as I wanted to. But anyhow, that's what I'm going to be working on. And so this size, this is 5x7, could go into one of the pockets. And actually, this would work pretty good in that journal, because I'm going to do the watercolor forest digital for that. So that might be awesome, actually. And I might just do that. I'm going to use my corn cob. Sorry, I'm just thinking, you're probably like, hello, did she leave? No, I'm still here, just my brain. Going at all times. Oh, I got some crackle. This is from my friend Tammy at Lou Frou Frou. Just a little crackly here. Tammy, this would work great if you're watching. For the color combo this week. And it wasn't intentional at all. It just so happened that those were the colors I chose. All right, so we're going to take off. Oh my gosh. Maybe the tape, if I can maybe not cover it in a mess here. Oh, I wanted to show you guys too, really quick. Sorry, I don't have all the pages printed, but I do have a new Halloween, autumn art dolls. Most of them are Halloween. I'm not gonna lie about that one, but there are a few autumn, and these monsters, I couldn't resist, sorry. These monsters are hilarious. So we got some monsters, you know, monsters in Halloween. Oh, and I did also include, I had these Alice in Wonderland ones for a while, but I couldn't find enough to like make a whole set. So anyhow, I put them in because, you know, costumes and whatnot. But there's some autumn little girls there, and there's other autumn girls. And so I did make these on a short video, but I know some people don't like the shorts, so I did make these two using this autumn little girl, a couple of pumpkins, and the jack-o'-lantern guy with some jack-o'-lanterns. So yeah, anyhow, just fun little something if you're into that. All right, let's take the tape off and see what we ended up with. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, especially if you made it to the end. I really appreciate all of you very, very, very much. You guys are just awesome, and I love you. I really do. It's so fun to do this every day, and I feel very fortunate to be able to do it. So there it is. I really like it. I wasn't sure. I thought Amy just, like, it's ugly. But I like it. I think it turned out okay for not, you know, being a pro or nothing. I love the scribbles. They're really the money, right? So anyway, I hope you guys give it a try. And like I said, you can do anything you want. You don't have to do mushrooms because I'm doing mushrooms. You can do whatever the thing is that you want to do today with watercolor. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys again soon. Love ya. Bye.